It's May 2021 and we've been fortunate enough to get on a plane and out to Switzerland to visit the new Alaia Bay wave pool in Sion. It's pretty mad getting on a plane to a landlocked country, telling check-in staff that it's a surfboard you're checking in, before jumping on a train to find waves. But it's beautiful Switzerland and a unique opportunity, so who really cares? This is the Alaia Bay facility. It's the latest wave pool from Wave Garden and one of 4 cove designs open to the public in the world. As you can see, the facility is 5 stars. It really is impressive from the moment you arrive to the actual surfing experience. In today's video, we will compare our normal wave pool, the Wave in Bristol, to the Sion one and share any thoughts and observation that we noticed.
My name is James Davis and I've been skydiving for over 22 years, competing and jumping all around the world. I want to find out if the latest wave pools can do for surfing what wind tunnels did for skydiving. I'm going to see if an average UK-based surfer can train at the Wave Garden in Bristol for 12 months and learn to get barreled.
So how do the wave pools compare and what are the main differences? The first thing you notice is there's no bay area at the Alaia wave pool. On the right you can see the Alaia Bay wave pool and on the left you can see the Wave in Bristol. One of the implications of this is that the bar and restaurant areas sit right on top of the waves. This makes it feel a lot closer as a spectator and when you are surfing. The proximity and visuals are strange when you surf Alaia for the first time. I don't think one design is better than the other. It's most likely due to the familiarity of surfing one location a lot versus experiencing something new for the first time. I'm told the duration of the ride is identical at both facilities, but it always felt a bit shorter to me at Alaia. This is probably due to lower confidence and awareness in the new environment. A smaller wave pool means there is a smaller body of water. Alaia push out less waves per set, have shorter lulls between waves. This seems logical if you want to reduce the currents. What you're watching now is a pro session early on, and it seems 5 waves were going through, but typically 5 to 7 waves per set were the norm. It all depended on the number of people in the session and type of waves being pumped out. One of the other main differences is the number of waves available at the different locations. What you're looking at now is the calendar for August 2021. At the bottom, you can see all the different types of waves that they offer in Alaia. The main difference in wave offerings is that Alaia offers a professional and beast mode barrel settings. If you are familiar with the Wave Garden codes, such as B1 or T1, then it's pretty fair to say the Expert and Advanced waves at Alaia are very similar to the Expert and Advanced Plus waves at Bristol. Apart from the number of types of waves that differ, the timings are also different at the locations. At Alaia they have the benefit of floodlights. You can surf till 11 o'clock, something Bristol doesn't have. Another difference to note is that Alaia doesn't use coloured markings and brackets for the different wave types. It uses static numbers on the wall. I'm not sure one is any better than the other. It's all about getting confident about where you position yourself for the takeoff. A marker is a marker after all. Another point is that there is a surf guide in the water with you versus on the wall like in Bristol. I found this a bit weird to start with, but again, I think it's just more what you're used to. Both sets of staff are unsurprisingly super cool and their presence for keeping the flow going are always welcome. We touched upon this briefly earlier on. With the possibility for over 1,000 different types of waves to be created by the machines, there are always going to be some differences in the naming and options that a wave pool operator decides to go with. That being said, how do the wave settings compare and what do we think about them? What you're looking at here is a side-by-side comparison of the M4 wave settings at the 2 locations. M4 happens at the elevated levels of the advanced waves in Bristol, whereas it is the first part of the advanced waves in Sion, before it steps up to T1. The M4 waves at Alaia did seem to be a bit more powerful, but I have no data to support this. It may be down to the proximity they're surfing to the shoreline, or an experience differential between the 2 pools. I have to say the inside section at Alaia definitely seemed to wall up a bit more, but overall both places are excellent places to surf and it's not like there were huge differences between the M4 waves. key differences with surfing the two locations was about when the changes were made intra-session, as per the example I just mentioned. In general, Bristol will have a couple of warm-up waves before moving on to higher settings, whereas in Switzerland, they'll tend to have half the session on one setting and then half the session on another. As mentioned earlier, the waves being offered are very similar, apart from that Alaia Bay offer a professional and beast mode waves. Here you're watching the professional wave settings. The difference between this wave and the expert wave settings is the type of waves that are pushed out and how much time you get on each one. If my memory serves me correctly, the expert barrel waves are the B1 setting, which you get about 15 minutes at the end of the session with, versus the professional wave session, where the barrel waves start at B1 before moving up the scale to B2 and B3. The B4 barrel setting waves of the beast mode are much thicker, more powerful and unforgiving. It's no surprise that the beast mode isn't available to the public at either locations, and that you have to be a club member or visiting pro to experience these waves at Alaia Bay. In the next episode, we compare our two European Wave Garden Cove wave pools less and share some of the waves that we actually surfed. How did we get on? What was it like to surf a new facility? Did we finally try an expert wave session? And did a pro surfer's tips help learn to surf the B1 barrels the wave pool can pump out? You'll have to tune in to find out.